Many things have been said about exclusive economic zones of East Mediterranean. What's really true and what's not? Let's go to see. Exclusive economic zone comes from a UN treaty of 1982, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS for shortcut. So what EEZ, exclusive economic zone, really is? 12 nautical miles beyond state's coastline, it is defined as a territorial sea, an area which the state can exercise full jurisdiction. 200 nautical miles after that, or about 370 kilometers furthermore, it is the so-called exclusive economic zone of a state. If another state exists in less than double of that distance, then the midpoint is the extent of the EEZ. In that area, states have just simple rights of jurisdiction and exclusive rights on the natural resources. In fact, but not absolute, the exclusive economic zone is from the surface of the sea and below. The surface is international waters, meaning ships are free to navigate there but are prohibited from any economic related actions, such fishing, drilling. Only EEZ states have rights to such activities, exclusively. The EEZ of Greece. In a previous talk, I had said that it is ideal for Greece to make EEZ agreements first with Italy, Egypt, and then with Libya and Cyprus. Already the first two signed in that order. This is an excellent outcome, fortifying the rights of Greece, as well as Egypt's, Libya's, Cyprus, Italy's, and the other states in the East Mediterranean. On 9th of June 2020, a historical date, Greece and Italy signed EEZ agreement, huge win both for Italy and Greece, and marks the beginning of a new time in energy and other important maritime topics. This agreement made possible based on the United Nations Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. With this agreement, the rights of islands on EEZ have been registered formally. 2 months after the agreement signed in Athens, now Egypt and Greece signed EEZ agreement at Cairo on 6th of August 2020. This is a step-by-step agreement. The full line is covered. Delimitation sets the first points of the line, to follow next until the full line to be completed. Egypt and Greece both had the will to make this agreement much earlier. However, there were lengthy talks. It is because Egypt has a series of issues to solve in the region. The terrorist organization has been designated by Egypt and other countries. Muslim Brotherhood pose a serious threat to Egypt's national security. At the west of Egypt, in western Libya, Egypt has to deal with a Turkish threat that is directly opposite to Egypt's interests and national security. Another major issue for Egypt is the Grand Dam Ethiopia built on part of the Nile River, and this will affect the flow of the river. Given all these facts, geopolitics and geostrategic, Greece and Egypt are very satisfied and happy with this deal, which will contribute to the security and stability in the region. This agreement ratifies a 3,000 years old friendship between the two countries. A day after Greek-Italian EEZ agreement on 10th of July 2020, Libya expresses its desire to sign an EEZ agreement with Greece, same as the one signed with Italy, based of course on the United Nations Law of the Sea. Libya sends formally its request to Athens. The following month to that event, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Greece visited Libya for preparatory talks. Now Greece and Libya have a framework for EEZ agreement. The situation in Libya. After the events with Gaddafi, terrorists took control. In 2011, they held elections in which they were the only to take part. In 2014, however, they held another election which others took part too. The terrorists of then GNC lost the election and the elected Parliament of Libya formed, led by Aguila Saleh. The elected Parliament of Libya, for the return of stability and safety in the country, wanted to democratize the country and reform terrorists, give them a chance to politics. The Parliament on goodwill gave the presidency of the state to the GNC, which lost previously in the elections. Until next election to take place based on an agreement, the terrorists will be disarmed themselves and follow political direction. The Parliament called UN in to recognize the non-elected presidency of Tripoli, observe the deal, and the GNC then reformed to GNA. However, in time, GNA evaluated that has no chance of winning in a democratic election. From that point, GNA did not hold on the terms and conditions of the deal and stayed in power beyond the expiration date of this agreement. This caused further issues and conflict. Turkey took advantage of the situation and supported the terrorists with weapons and other terrorist mercenaries in order for the non-elected and expired administration of Tripoli to stay in power and promote the Turkish interest over the natural resources of Libya. GNA, however, controls only Tripoli and areas around Tripoli. The rest of Libya is being controlled by the elected parliament, the House of Representatives of Libya, which is the only legal authority of Libya. Turkey tried to make a deal with the expired and illegitimate administration of Tripoli about maritime zones at the east of Libya, a region that Tripoli does not even control. This violates the international law of the sea, the maritime zones of Libya, Egypt and Greece. Of course, this agreement did not pass from the Libyan parliament. It's been voted as invalid and then cancelled. Libya formally updated the UN and declared this deal attempt as illegal and officially cancelled. This failed deal attempt of Turkey is only for the trash bin and it ends up there, even more after the Egyptian-Greek agreement. Greece holding talks only with the legal and elected authority of Libya, the Libyan Parliament, House of Representatives. Greece and Cyprus shall also make an agreement on EEZ. Few things are known on the topic, but I believe there are coordinated talks and schedule. Technical topics and notes. Every EU state have its borders. However, EU have common external borders. These can be physical borders such Greece borders with Turkey, either on land or sea, are also physical external borders of the European Union too. Other gates of entrance considered as external European Union borders are international airports and ports. These are the external borders of the European Union and all member states have duty on. Each European Union state is a member of the UNCLOS. However, they are members of UNCLOS as European Union too. This is because every state is a member to this treaty, but also the European Union is also a party to the treaty. EU has published a map of what defines as European Union Exclusive Economic Zone, can be found on European Union's website. Delimitation of EEZ. Can a state declare unilaterally EEZ? Yes, it can. However, this does not mean that it's a valid declaration of EEZ. An EEZ to be valid must be on bilateral agreements. On partial delimitation, states can delimitate their exclusive economic zones partially and step by step. Does not have to be done at once. This is ideal for progress. International law is based on the goodwill of countries which for peace, safety and stability agreed on common laws and rules. There are also countries who violate, avoid or drop out the international law. Those could have consequences or sanctions. An important note is, for example, if Greece and Egypt make a partial EEZ agreement, that does not mean that what's left can be taken by Turkey. No, for Turkey to have EEZ, must have agreements with Greece and Cyprus. Turkey does not accept most of international law and haven't signed the United Nations Law of the Sea. And so, Turkey has no right on exclusive economic zone. It is limited on 3 or 6 nautical miles maritime zone. Here is a map of the United Nations Law of the Sea Agreement. The whole world have signed the Law of the Sea Agreement except of about 10 to 15 countries, which half of them are landlocked countries and or was part of the Soviet Union at the time. Countries haven't signed United Nations Law of the Sea are Eritrea, Peru, Turkey and Venezuela. Countries haven't signed UN Law of the Sea, however, they accept UNCLOS or have made an agreement based on UNCLOS. These are Israel, Syria and US. Israel has made an EEZ agreement with Cyprus based on UNCLOS, similar with Syria in agreement with Cyprus on ongoing talks. Also to mention, Syria does not accept the illegal actions of Turkey regarding the failed deal attempt of Turkey with the expired administration of Tripoli. Syria sent its official position to the United Nations, stated those are illegal actions of Turkey. Proceeding to such direction will only worsen their relations. Landlocked countries that haven't signed the agreement: Kazakhstan, which is in the Caspian, Kyrgyzstan, South Sudan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, also the Caspian, and Uzbekistan. City-states haven't signed: Andorra, San Marino, and Vatican. Existing EEZ agreements at East Mediterranean Sea. These are Greece-Italy, Egypt-Cyprus, Cyprus-Israel, Greece-Egypt. Agreements to be ratified: Cyprus with Lebanon, Syria with Cyprus similarly. Agreements on talks: Libya-Greece, Egypt-Libya, Greece and Cyprus. These are the existing EEZ agreements. The mosaic of East Mediterranean has been composed. It is very important for the energy development of the region. About the deal of Greece and Turkey. After all the aggression and hostility of Turkey in the region, Greece can easily go for a non-ending talks with Turkey, same as Turkey did for a long time earlier. If Turkey wants, can go to the International Court, which does not stand any chance there, as the international law and facts stands with Greece and the countries of the region. Turkey tries to illegally take maritime zones from other countries. If the line from Rhodes, Castellorizo to Cyprus stays on talks, this is only in advantage of Greece, as this could simply mean no deal, no EEZ for Turkey. At the same time, East Mediterranean countries are advancing in energy and finance with more developments. Turkey could remain frozen. This could make big difference in time and establish stability on the region. Turkey repeats over and over the only argument that has about the maritime zones, some wrong side of the median, which is a text of ICJ. Turkey shows a part of it only and attempts to alter its meaning, while in the next paragraph of the same text, ICJ has ruled out and rejected such argument. I have already exposed this and I will present it in a following video. A great note is that Greece, Egypt, Italy, after the related signed agreements, have officially expanded sovereignty at their legal sea territories. Last time, Greeks expanded sovereignty and free lands was on 1960, when Cyprus gained its independence from Great Britain. Of course, today Cyprus is an independent and sovereign state. However, Cyprus is also Greece, of course. Prior to that, in 1947, Dodecanese Islands unite with the rest of Greece. The Greek campaign of the time of 1912 to 1920, Greek army started from Thessaly and reached Angora or Angira as it has been called at the time, and tripled its then territories and freed many lands. This was what sets and the modern Greek borders. Greece and allies terminated the Ottoman Empire. Greece, France, Italy, and the UK, then they created modern Turkey under specific rules and terms. There wasn't any alternative. Greece and allies gave another chance to Turks to become civilized, something that they have failed to do up to date. Despite dramatic events of the time, such as the catastrophe of Smyrna, Greece still won. Greece still freed lands. As we can see, Greece have a steady direction to evolve, advance, and even freeing lands. Within 200 years, Greece achieved a lot. Greece has far long overpassed Turkey. Greece is a European Union member state, a stable and modern country, a country constantly evolving and advancing. Today Greece is only at a midpoint on a path for furthermore. Currently there are many state issues, but I believe we are moving forward. The quality of life will improve and will be a different and a better Greece in decades from now. I believe the Greek Foreign Minister Nikos Dendias is one of the most important foreign ministers of Greece of the last 100 years, same as we've seen in the golden time of Eleftherios Venizelos. However, this is something for history to tell. Grand state of the sea.